New Moon in Leo, August 4th, 2024. The particulars may be irritating, but the will to joy is not. We all revolve around the sun, and it's not his fault it's getting hotter. Karen Horney writes, psychoanalysis is not the only way to resolve inner conflicts. Life itself remains a pretty effective therapist. It's builder energy. You should probably make something. Make of it what you will. As our internal life begins to stabilize, external life unravels. Or wait, is it exactly the opposite? Should I say, more precisely, that there is an equilibrium, and that it is tenuous, and it depends on the small bubble of safety that coats a couple of our choices now, while the dial turns up on an invisible storm we talk about less and less. This is how elephants get in rooms. Lions, too. Let's be gracious for a moment. As Mercury slows to a halt, we revisit. We have the time. Mercury retraces old steps until August 28th, perhaps roaring, busy, hot-tempered, certainly making some split-second decisions along the way. If you want to do it, whatever it could be, without frustrations, mishaps, and ego wars, well, just maybe don't do it until the end of August. And yet, I would be remiss if I didn't tell you there's possible genius in those accidents. Or a few of them, anyway. You may find a new way to think about love or money. You may have to find a new way. It's not a particularly rational month. Keep the big picture in view. Hazrat Inayat Khan writes, every person, from morning till evening, is making invisible forms in space by what he says. He is creating invisible vibrations around him, and so he is creating an atmosphere. Weirdly, that's science. Since you create the colors of your world with your voice and in your mind, give yourself something you like. Who better than Leo to please themselves? Well, maybe Aries, but Leo not far behind. Leo, who we all seek to please, we grow in their light. Are we keyed up and hopeful and restless and trusting, all the while looking to the side and hoping this year's lessons won't cost more than we can pay, because definitely we have not finished paying off the old ones, despite the fact that we've changed address 3 times and are hoping they will never find us. Only we think of them every time we wake up. That's not what I meant to write. I meant to say, are we finding a spot in the cosmic dance lineup, a role we can play, as we hope that the doors continue to open and open and open and blossom further out? Traction, or what passes for it. We don't just survive now, we develop. Conditions are right for a progress that might be called painstaking, or you could say deliberate, forceful, sudden, as though digging in a mine shaft with landslide potential. Meanwhile, to the side, in the back of our minds, are we somehow aware that things may get really bad in a few years or a few months, and that inspires us to be less petty? Are we weirdly patient while we wait for the other shoe to drop? Or have we actually become more secure? It's both, isn't it? There's a lot you can forgive when you know you could suddenly lose everything. A blink, and it's gone. Blink again, and everything is back where you left it. Let's read New Bones by Lucille Clifton. New bones. We will wear new bones again. We will leave these rainy days, break out through another mouth, into sun and honey time. Worlds buzz over us like bees. We be splendid in new bones. Other people think they know how long life is, how strong life is. We know. As you breathe in now, Air enters your body and becomes your body. There are no meaningful separations between the molecules that surround you and the molecules that describe you. You are alive in a living universe, inextricably entwined with all of creation. I'm so glad you are alive and breathing here with us.